Yo, what's going on? Good afternoon. Grace and peace be into the 12 tribes of Israel. I know it's been a little second since I brought y'all another Psalms lesson, but we back. Had a lot going on, ended up moving and just resetting up everything has been an adventure, to say the least. But we here, we back, and we about to go into Psalm chapter 124 today. Like I said, I pray everybody's having a good one. Like I said, I'm glad to see who's in the building. If you are in the building, if you're not in the building, hey, get in here, come learn what the Lord has to teach you. Like I said, all praise be to the Most High God all day, every day. Yeah! We always remember, we always giving him reverence, we always appreciating him and thanking him for what he does for us. So let's go ahead and dive on into it. Let's go to Mark chapter 14, verse 3, and we will get started. Mark chapter 14, verse 3. And being in Bethany, in the house of Simon the leper, as he sat at meat, became a woman having an alabaster box of ointment of spikenard, very precious. And she brake the box and poured it on his head. And there were some that had indignation within themselves and said, why was this waste of the ointment made? For it might have been sold for more than 300 pence and had been given to the poor. And they murmured against her. And Jesus said, let her alone. Why trouble ye her? She hath wrought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor with you always, and whensoever ye will, ye may do them good. But me ye have not always. She hath done what she could. She has come aforehand to anoint my body to the burying. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached throughout the whole world, this also that she have done shall be spoken of for memorial of her. So whenever we bring out the true gospel of Jesus Christ, the message, the scriptures, the deliverance of the word of the Most High, the message, the scriptures, the teachings, anything that has to do with us learning what God has to say. Whenever we bring out this gospel to those people, we always going to remember the woman that put the ointment on the body of our Messiah. And I say our Messiah, I'm talking about the black Messiah. Who's our? I'm talking about the slave descendants. Those people that are being oppressed to this day, that are suffering because we broke God's commandments. And again, that message I'm talking about is the one that's telling us to obey his laws, obey his instructions till the day we die. And I'm saying his instructions, his laws, and commandments, even the ones you may think are done away with, there are no commandments done away with. If you think the commandments are done away with, wrong, 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 wrong. That is what you are. So understand, whenever we bring up this gospel to those people, we always going to remember the woman that put the ointment on the body of our Messiah, Jesus the Christ. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Psalms chapter 124, verse 1. If it had not been for the Lord who was on our side, now may Israel say, if it had not been for the Lord who was on our side when men rose up against us. Now, let's make sure we understand that he is talking about us. He's talking about black people. He's talking about the chosen race. He's talking about the slave descendants. He's talking about the oppressed. And I ain't talking about just because you're dark in skin tone. I'm not talking about just because you might have hair that is woolly, kinky, nappy, whatever you might call it, beady, if your name is Kevin Durant. If you are one of those people, if you're the people that are special, that's above all races, above all nations, if you're one of the people that that's gonna see that, hey, something's going on. Y'all are treated the worst, but y'all are the greatest, the most gifted people that have ever graced this earth, that have ever set foot on the planet. If you are those people, the Lord is on your side. If it had not been for the Lord who was on our side when men rose up against us, verse 3, then they had swallowed us up quick when their wrath was kindled against us. See, he's saying they would have swallowed us quick. They would have made an end of us. An end to us. They would have wiped us out. We'd have been annihilated, obliterated. They would have destroyed us, not just mentally, but they would have physically erased us from the planet. We would have been eradicated, but we were not, because the Lord was on our side. And I'm not saying was as in it's just past tense. It's just in this context, he says was on our side when the destruction came to our people. Yes, the Lord was on our side. He was on our side the whole time. He was on our side punishing us. Just understand that. We might think that's crazy. We might hear the Lord was on our side and think, wrong, 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 wrong. But actually, it's absolutely correct. It's absolutely true. The Lord is on our side. It's nothing that's crazy. It's nothing that's out of the ordinary. The Lord was on our side. If it had not been for the Lord who was on our side, we would have been obliterated by our enemies. We would have been killed. We would have been taken out. Why? Because God was on our side. He was on our side punishing us because he wants us to do better. He don't want us to continue to act like the rest of the heathen, to act like their nations. Just like when we was kids, you will hear people say when we kids, y'all act like a heathen. Matter of fact, anybody's ever heard that before, put a 1 in the chat. Say, y'all acting like heathens. And I thought heathen just meant people that act bad or people that act crazy. You know what I'm saying? No, He said, if it had not been the Lord, I've been on our side, we would have been swallowed up by our enemies, which are the heathen. The heathen are just non-Israelites. Anybody that is not of the nation of Israel, whoever is not of the chosen race, whoever does not fit in the category that comes from the bloodline of our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you are a heathen. A heathen is somebody that, again, is not of our race, not of our nation. So we understand that they would have taken us out. They would have beaten us down. If it wasn't for the Lord who was on our side, then we would have been swallowed up. When you get swallowed up, you get devoured. You get devoured, and you get passed out as dung upon the earth. But the Lord was on our side the whole time. Psalms 124:4. Then the waters had overwhelmed us. The stream had gone over our soul. And the waters, again, is a reference to the other nations. We would have been carried away, because when waters rush in, you get carried away. Anybody seen that show, Alice in Borderland? You see on one of the episodes, the water came rushing in and it carried away one of the people, and there was nothing to do. It was carrying away everything: cars, dust, whatever's in the way, whatever's in the path of waters gets carried away. It gets wiped out. It's the same thing with us. If you've seen X-Men 3, guess what happened to Jean Grey? The waters came in and took her out. She got carried away of the water. Now, same thing with us. We can get carried away, but we don't want to get carried away also by the doctrines that come from the other races. We don't want to get carried away by their beliefs, by their understanding of life, because their understanding of life is garbage. Their understanding of life, we need to know when somebody tries to bring it to us, we got to tell them straight up.
We don't do that here.
Because that stuff ain't nothing but garbage. Every time somebody bring it to you, even if it's your own race, you make sure you let your own people know who comes to you as enemies.
I should blow your ass off this porch, that stupid shit.
Because that's what it is. Stupid-ish. We don't let people come to us with that, but our enemies try to swallow us up. They came in, they tried to prevail against us. They tried to take us out. Why? Because our enemies are not for us. The scriptures talk about those that hate you shall reign over you. Our enemies rule over us. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on. Hey, my man, DeCurry's crazy. He said, have you ever been swallowed up? Hey, I'm assuming it's the TD Jakes reference. I definitely don't want, the TD Jakes. Never mind. I'm going to leave him alone today. But yeah, so that's what he's talking about. The waters would have came. The stream had gone over our soul. And most people, when the waters come or the stream goes over your soul, those understandings of life, those beliefs, those indoctrination tactics, everything that's meant to brainwash you will take you out. Many people get taken out by the waters. That's why even in Revelation, let's read that really fast. He says, if it wasn't for the Lord that's on our side, the waters would have swallowed us up. We understand also, like I said, the waters are enemies. The waters are the rushing of the many nations. Everybody that's going to come and try to beat us. But here's another type of waters that we don't want to deal with. Revelation chapter 12, verse 17. Actually, I want Revelation 12 and I'm in the wrong way. Yeah. Revelation chapter 12, verse 15. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood. Waters. That's what's going to rush in. And what kind of waters? Flood waters. So they were coming in to swallow us up. It says, and the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. Because when you get carried away, you are caught up in other understandings of life. Anything that's false, that's lies. We don't want the waters to come in and try to carry us away. Matter of fact, let's get one more. Hebrews 13:9. Be not carried about with diverse and strange doctrines. We don't want to get caught up. We don't want to get taken away. See, we are right now, we are next to the Lord. We're cleaving to the Lord. So we don't have any strange understanding. We don't have anything that's just straight up crazy, that's stupid, that's foolish. We don't have anything that's wrong. We have the truth. We have the answers. We have the key to life. We have the keys to death and hell. We have the understanding of that. And we also have the keys to our enslavement and our salvation, our restoration or our eternal damnation. We don't want neither one of those things. So we want to get out of it. We want to be rescued. So we have the keys. So we got to make sure we follow this. Let's read it again. Hebrews 13:9. Be not carried about with diverse and strange doctrines. For it is a good thing that the heart be established with grace, not with meats, which have not profited them that have been occupied therein. Now, it's not saying we can't eat meat. He's just talking about the meats, the strong doctrine, the strong understanding, the deep messages. He says, we ain't got to worry about all of that. We make sure that we have the simple things, the basic things: compassion, grace, mercy, patience with our brothers and sisters, and also patience with the Lord, patience with ourselves. Because without patience, we will never make it to the kingdom. In your patience, possess ye your souls. By the way, hey, glad to see y'all on and following along. All praise Law Lion for subscribing. Appreciate it. And hey, And Decarius, I forgot to say, hey, shalom to you, brother. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hopefully all is going good with you. Let's continue on though. Psalms chapter 124, verse 5. Then the proud waters had gone over our soul. What are those proud waters? Those things that we know are haughty, that are standing up, that think they actually can come against the Lord and his people and win. He says, then the proud waters had gone over our soul. Those ones that actually believe, they had confidence that they actually could take down the Lord. That is crazy. It don't make no sense, but it happens. Verse 6. Blessed be the Lord, who have not given us as a prey to their teeth. See, he said, blessed be the Lord. He didn't let them take us down all the way. Now we know we were given for a prey, but he didn't give us for a prey for our destruction. We were given for a prey, but he also left us the word. He prepared a table in the presence of our enemies. Anybody that's on, let me know what a table is. Put in the chat what a table is if you understand that. But he says, blessed be the Lord, who have not given us as a prey to their teeth, because we know their teeth were to devour us, to swallow us. We were to become meat to them. They wanted to abuse us, use us, and consume us. Psalm chapter 124, verse 7. Our soul is escaped as a bird out of the snare of the fowlers. The snare is broken, and we are escaped. You see, he says, our soul is escaped as a bird out of the snare of fowlers, because we know the fowler, a fowler is not just Brother Jaquil. We know that the fowler is also someone that is actually that it catches birds. That's their job. That's their occupation. They actually have little traps, and then as soon as the little birds come by, they pull the little trap, pull the little snare, the little trap, looks like a string, a rope, and it grabs a leg, and boom, you got him. You got you a bird. But the snare of the fowler, the other nations, they tried to trap us. They tried to catch us up. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to make sure we was caught up in that. He says, our soul is escaped just like that. We have been delivered. Our soul was delivered by the word of the Most High God. All right. All right. Oh, and Laura answered the question. She said she wasn't sure what a table is. A table is this right here. This is the table, the word of God, the scriptures, the laws of the Most High. That's the table. The Lord prepared that table. And we get that table, we may run that readeth it. We read the table, and the table is going to deliver us. I'm gonna leave it alone. Psalms chapter 127, verse 8. Our help is in the name of the Lord who made the heaven and earth. So the help is in the name of the Lord. What is the name of the Lord? The reputation, the character, the man that is our leader. Who is our leader? Jesus Christ. And who is above him? Who do we follow? The Most High God, who is good, who is the standard of right and wrong. He is actually everything that we can think of that you can encompass. Just like Jesus Christ, our everything, his Father, who he is one with, is everything as well. So to answer your question, Decarius, yes, a table is something that holds you up. Yeah, and the Bible does hold us up. Matter of fact, it says it many times. It says the word of the Lord, it holds us up. It prevents us from falling, from slipping. So yeah, the table holds us up. So hey, all praise to the Most High. I wish I could find the exact scripture that says talks about it holding us up in certain ways. But I can find where it says it keeps us from slipping. But this one actually says that the word holds us up. So it's kind of funny that you say that. But yeah, so yeah, that's the table. It holds us up. It keeps us in the way of the Most High God. By the way, I see you on Christina. Grace and peace be with you. Hopefully I was going well with you. Hopefully I was going well with the new baby. All praise to the Most High. Hopefully everybody does all right today. We are going to go ahead and close out. Lord's will, I got another message later on. I've been pondering on doing it for a long time. I got to get it done now. Yeah, it's time to get into Deuteronomy 28. I'm gonna break that down for everybody that does not understand and know what it means, and to understand how we identify. Yeah, it's gonna be a black DNA test class. I mean, not DNA test. Yeah, it's gonna be a black DNA test lesson. So yeah, we'll go into it though. So again, appreciate y'all for being on. Let's continue to grow. Let's continue to be who we are meant to be, what we were created to be, in the image of the Most High God. I love y'all, Israel. Grace and peace be unto the 12. Shalom. Y'all have a good one.